everybody, it's Ben in Beta, and today I'm going to be putting on some glass protection on the Santa Fe. This is from a company called Diamond Protech. They reached out to me a while ago and asked if I would try some of their products. And I said, well, I'll give your diamond glass kit a try and see how it goes. So they sent me this, just to be completely clear on that. But this is a diamond nano protection for your glass, but they also have it for the interior of your car, for your paint, for your wheels, tires, all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in this, there will be links in the description if you want to pick up this or something else. The diamond nanotech technology is different from like graphene or a standard ceramic coating. That's not what these are. It's their own proprietary blend that they've come up here. It's a diamond nanotechnology, that's what they call it. And what this is gonna do for my vehicle is it's gonna give me a few things. Scratch resistance, corrosion resistance, and protection. It's gonna give me some good water beating, as well as some dirt repellency and oleophobicness, some tree sap and bird dropping resistance, chemical resistance, and it's diamond armored to a 9H. So it should give me a little extra hardness on my windshield as well, which is great. And I'm gonna apply it to all the windows just to see how it goes. But everything I need comes in this kit. And they basically say this is 12 months of protection and you can do one coat or two, it's up to you. But everything you need comes inside this box. So we'll talk about the steps here in a second, but let's take a look at what comes in the box itself. So we have the glass prep. I've got a little bit of stuff on here we gotta get off, but this is gonna get that off, so diamond prep. Then we've got our applicator. We'll be using the applicator to apply the diamond glass to the vehicle. They even give you gloves, which is pretty sweet. And they're gonna give you a towel for wiping. Now I might need another towel to be able to buff behind that, so I might have a second towel here, but basically everything you need comes inside of here. You could flip your towel at the end, because you're not doing that much of a surface. So basically the steps are to prep the glass. So I've already cleaned the glass. I've already clayed it with my clay towel. So that's already done. I've got a bunch of the junk off. Now it'll apply best if you polish your glass first. I'm deciding not to do that just to see how it goes and see how easy it is if you decided to just put it on without doing that step. But polishing will always give you the best results and it'll make sure it's completely clean to last the longest. So the next step after that then is to clean the glass with this glass prep. So you're gonna spray some on the windshield, you're gonna wipe it off and then dry it with the dry side of the towel. Then the next step is to apply the diamond glass, which you shake the bottle for about 15 seconds. According to what it says, you put about 15 drops on the applicator and you can do a crosshatch pattern, which these are really nice for because they're rectangle, so they work well for the crosshatch pattern. Then it says to wait 10 or 15 minutes and then go ahead and polish off excess with the microfiber towel, and your car is ready to drive away right away. Now it says you can do 3 to 5 windshields per bottle, so that's quite a bit. But we're gonna give it a try on this one and see how it works. So the first thing I need to do is put on my gloves, and I'm gonna do the glass prep first. Here we go. Okay, interesting bottle, kind of fun. So it comes in this blue bottle here, and we gotta go ahead and put the sprayer on. Comes with plenty of what it looks like solution there. All right, so there we go. Now it says to apply directly on the glass. So we'll do a half at a time here. And it should be cool and dry, which it is. Okay. And then it says to go ahead and buff off with the towel, make sure it's nice and clean. And it does say to use the dry side of the towel just to buff off good. And you can see that it did a pretty nice job of getting everything off the windshield that was there before, so it looks pretty good. We do the same thing to the other side, pretty simple. Trying to get behind the wipers there as much as I can. Flip it over to the dry side. And it's feeling nice right now, it's very grabby. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the windows, but we'll concentrate on the windshield for when that's done, but I'll be back in just a minute. You can see all the windows are nice and clean now, all the way around. Okay, now once that step is done, basically it's time to go ahead and put on the coating, which should be pretty simple. And I have to say so far, this has been very easy. So we have our applicator. So it says to shake this for about 15 seconds, something like that, to get everything kind of mixed up. So that's what we're doing. Then it says to put about 15 drops on here and do a crosshatch pattern. That's what we're gonna do, because that's what it says to do. All right. Here we go, diamond glass coating going on. So I'm actually gonna put it right in the applicator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Okay, we got about 15 on there. I'm gonna put the cap on and we'll do this half of the windshield and see how it goes. It does look like I had a lot in that first little bit there, but I'm just making sure it's nice evenly applied across the windshield here. All right, we'll move on to the other half and do that. I'm gonna apply a little more product though. All right, kind of tell where I got, so that's good. Hard to get underneath that thing. That's gonna go around it. Also, please remember it does take a lot of time and effort to make these videos. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't for more detailing videos, overlanding videos, lots of different videos here on the channel. And then don't forget to share this out with anybody who might benefit from a glass kit. So it's about 5:25 p.m. We got a storm rolling in. I can hear it out there, but we're gonna go ahead and apply it to the rest of these. Probably take just about that 10 minutes anyway, and we'll go from there. So I'm just finishing up on the rest of the windows. We can see a little bit of a haze here, which is good. I also found that it seems to not come out too much at a time, which is nice. So you can kind of control how much you get on your window, which is good. And it does seem to be quite easy to apply. And at least with the amount that I'm getting on here, I feel like I could do quite a few more than just, around maybe 5. I said 3 to 5 vehicles, so I guess they're windshields, so that would make sense. I think I might be able to do 3 to 5 full vehicles with this. Glass coatings are great for keeping your vision clear, especially out your windshield, but I think they're really good for the side windows too. They do make cleaning your windows easier, so if you don't want to put a full ceramic coating on your vehicle, because you can just use the ceramic coating, you can do that. Now these typically add a little bit of hardness as well, but what this does do is it fills into those little areas that you have on your windshield that you have gotten some like little micro chips that you might not be able to see very well or really, really small. This will help to fill those in and give you a little bit better, again, protection on your windshield, but a little bit better clarity. But the big thing is just the hydrophobics and being able to see out of your windshield much easier. It also helps with cleaning, bugs not being able to stick as well, that kind of stuff. All right, so I put it on everywhere. We just need to wait that 15 minutes or so, and I'm gonna at least wait that 15 minutes, but I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but hopefully you can see there are some sort of streaking in here, and as long as that comes out, I'm gonna be pretty happy. But we let it sit 10 or 15 minutes, let it cure up a little bit, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, so it has been about 10 minutes at this point, a little over 10 minutes. And we can definitely see there's some streaking on there. I'm hoping there's not gonna be any high spotting on it. So I'm gonna err on the inside number of 10 minutes because it's so dry here, and just see if it comes off really well or not. But it's been actually about 12 minutes, something like that. So we're right in the middle of that number, but let's go ahead and see if it buffs off. Oh, it does. That's awesome. Coming right off, and it is nice and smooth underneath there, which is good. I'm not seeing any streaks at all, which is great. I don't want to see them. So I'll just flip the towel now, and this is a clean side, just to go over it one more time. There's a little bit more grabbiness in some areas than others, but not too bad. Okay, well, let's do the rest of it and see what we think here. And it does feel like it's coming off pretty good. I'm not seeing anything left over. I'm not seeing any high spots or anything like that, which is good. Now it feels a bit grabbier than I would have guessed, but it's coming off. So maybe I'll do a second coat on the windshield just to see how that goes. But I'm gonna do the windows and everything here quick, make sure we got this all off good, and we'll go from there. No high spots though anywhere. I'm not seeing that on any of the windows thus far. Does seem to come off pretty nice and easy. All right, so I would say the glass looks really good. There's some slickness there now, which is nice, but it does say 2 coats will work better, and I've got a lot left over, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply a second coat to the windshield, just see how a second coat goes. Let's do that. All right, I'll do the other side now. I'm gonna let it sit about 10 minutes. See where we're at. One thing Diamond ProTech recommends is to not wash your vehicle for at least 3 weeks after you apply the product. It can get wet, that's not a problem, but they say try not to wash it for up to 3 weeks. Definitely is easy to apply, there's no doubt about that. So we have about 8 minutes left until we get to the other side for that to be dry. So what do I think of the Diamond ProTech Diamond Glass? Well, it goes on really easy. We'll test this out a little bit. I'm gonna give it some time to cure. It says you can drive out into the rain immediately, but I'm gonna leave it sit at least overnight before we do anything with it to test it. Just because I would do that with anything, but it says you can pretty much drive off immediately. But I think it goes on really easy. The glass prep worked well. It cleaned the windshield well, and it was easy to put on and take off. And I like there's just no high spots from this product. Again, this is like a Diamond Nano technology. As far as installation goes though, I'm pretty impressed. All right, we have just a couple minutes left before we're gonna be taking off the second coat. But one thing that's gonna be interesting is to see how well this windshield handles all the bugs that I'm sure I'm gonna kill on my way back to Wisconsin in a few weeks. I will also do an update video every few months to let you know how the glass coating is performing and how long it's lasting. It does say 12 months, and I'm sure that all depends on if you keep it outside, if you don't keep it outside, all that kind of stuff. Again, you can kind of see that hazing on there. You can see where the last pass I did must have been up and down as well, versus I think left to right on that side. All right, it has been 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this coating off now and see if everything comes off nice and easy like it did the first time. So far, it does seem like it's coming off pretty well, which is good. It's feeling nice and smooth, and I don't feel like I'm seeing any high spots, so it's coming off really easy. And I did flip to a new side of the towel and everything, so this side of the towel is very clean. It doesn't have any product on it or anything like that. Want to make sure the camera's good. I don't see any high spots anywhere. That's good as well. All right, so it's a little bit windy today, but it's been a few days since I put the coating on. I have not washed the vehicle or done anything like that, but we want to test out that Diamond Nanotech coating that we put on and just see how it handles water. This has had like 5 days to actually fully cure. It's got maybe a couple droplets of water on it when I was driving to work, but it's sat in the garage at night, that kind of thing. So it's still pretty clean, but let's see how it does with just a little bit of water on it. So we can see some beading behavior there. Right where the water's coming on, it's a little bit of sheeting action, but it beads up pretty quickly and then comes right off, which is good. Let's add a little bit more water and more pressure to it now. So you can see it's just getting that water right off there, kind of just ejecting the water off of the windshield pretty quickly. So that's how it performs after several days. So there you have it, folks. That is the installation of the Diamond Glass from Diamond ProTech. It is a Swiss-made company, is what they say, but prices seem to be pretty decent. And I have to say that the application was as easy as it can get, and it came off really well. So no high spots, nothing like that. And that's always a problem with glass. It does look really good too. You can see really good reflections there from the lights. So that's telling me it seems to have done a pretty nice job. And again, I don't see any high spotting or anything like that in the glass anywhere. So if you're interested in putting this on your vehicle, the links are in the description. Again, they do have coatings for your paint. They have coatings for the interior car, coatings for just about everything. They have lots of different products in their lineup if you want to go beyond the glass coating or try something else from them as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will definitely do an update video over time to show you how it performs, but thank you so much for watching. Remember, live your life in beta, and we'll see you next time.